Hi folks, a quick video about the England versus Spain game coming up. As I'm English and I love football, so therefore, or I used to at least. So, okay. The BBC has done the Euro 2024, the key battles, 5 key battles basically. So, okay, I'll talk about them for a second, shall I? Indeed. So, you have Rodri versus Foden. Both play for Man City in the midfield. And both are phenomenal players for that club. And do an amazing job together. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses, so that will be very interesting. And so that'd be good to see who's going to win that one. And I'd certainly say if Foden doesn't end up with success, we've got Palmer that we can bring on, and Palmer is also phenomenal. So Palmer adds something slightly different, but certainly a good player to have anyway. Then you've got the young Yamal, the 17-year-old Spanish player, and they're saying versus Shaw. Now I think it could be versus Trippier. And I think it should be Trippier. Maybe. Well, because with Yamal, he likes to come inside. So he plays on their right, so therefore England's left. He wants them to come inside to shoot. So therefore having a right footer there to stop that, certainly who's stronger on the right foot, might be a good idea. Depends. Because I always say with regards to football, if Luke Shaw was fit and if he was a quality left back, he would be able to read what Yamal is going to do and he would make him do the opposite. He would force him. If he wants to come inside, Shaw would force him down the line. Instead, he would block off the inside and make sure he come down the line, because you want to stop him doing what he wants to do and force him to use or to go on his weaker side. That's what you want. That's what every player in the team should be doing to the opposition. Understanding what they want to do and cutting it off. And saying, nah, I'm not going to let you do it. Well, if you want to do that, okay, you've got to get past me. Go for it. But that's why, if you're going to do that, have someone who's stronger on their left foot, on their right foot, sorry. And that would not be Shaw. That would be Trippier. So maybe have it that way. Don't know. Yeah. You've got Rice, who would come up with there against the very, very good young Spanish player. I like him a lot, actually. Olmo. Olmo. I like him. Apparently nobody's trying to buy him, and I think that's crazy. From what I've seen of him while he's been playing for Spain, he's been brilliant. He's very silky. He brings other players into the game. He's got a goal in him, and a very good goal as well. His crossing of the ball is phenomenal. So why nobody seems to be wanting him? I don't know. There's lots of teams that should be interested, really. Well, I'd certainly say for Man United, if Bruno Fernandes does get sold, which I hope he does, I really do hope he does, then they should go for Olmo. Because Olmo is very, very good. Now, against Rice, the problem is Rice hasn't been great. And he hasn't, really. He's not been fantastic in these games. He's been a little bit slack. And the problem is for a lot of England players right now, certainly the key players defensively, Rice and Walker especially, terrible. He's been a shell of himself, really, in this. He's passing, poor. Really poor. He's tackling quite poor. In this tournament, he's looked as if he's got pace and nothing else. So, of course, he's going up against Williams. And, again, for me, I think Williams is a one-trick pony. I don't rate him. Again, I think he's got pace. So, against Walker, maybe. Yeah, that would be an interesting battle because, obviously, both have got pace. Yeah, whether both have got anything more than pace, well, at the moment, don't know. But there's a lot of people saying that Williams is a brilliant player. I've not seen it. I've only seen him play against Germany and France. And I didn't see anything against Germany or France that would suggest that he'd be worth any of the bigger teams going for him. So, yeah. But with regards to England, yeah. If they start off with 3 at the back, and then with wing-backs, whatever wing-backs they're choosing, okay. But 3 at the back, then with wing-backs. And then, again, with Rice and Mainu in like the central positions. And then with Bellamy and Foden ahead with what's his name? The Arsenal lad on the right. It still means the left is very, very no one there sort of thing. But again, if you can have Bellamy and Foden playing loose where one of them will cover the left, if need be, then they will go over there and help with that, then great. But you can't have it where you're playing Foden absolutely on the left, because his best game was when he was playing in the middle. And he was so good all season because he was playing in the middle. So therefore, yeah, it would make absolute sense to have him play where he's supposed to be playing. Yeah, where he is his best. Now, Bellamy, again, I don't think we've seen the best of him at all. I think in the first game, he was the one who really pulled the team through. But since then, he's been off. He's been looking as if he needs a rest. So, has he had enough of a rest? One thing for England that was beneficial is that they finished the game in the 90 minutes. They didn't have to play extra time and then do penalties. So therefore, yeah, that's good. Yeah, had they done extra time, it would have been worse for them with regards to recovery. And certainly Kane looks knackered. Bellamy looks knackered. You could be saying the same for Walker. Maybe that's why he's playing poorly, because he looks knackered. Maybe Rice as well looks knackered. And so, yeah. To me, it's going to be about the formation they start with, the personnel they start with. And also when the manager is going to bring in subs. Not only when, but who. Because obviously, he's got to bring the right people in. He's got to be able to read the game and see when the right player coming in is going to make the right difference. And so, yeah, in the last game against Holland, he did that. And the point of it is, people are going insane because he got it right. A bit. But, again, the formation when he started, the way he set up at the start against Holland was very good. Exactly the way people wanted him to set up. Right? Pretty much. Very good. Then at half time, to bring Shaw on for some stupid, idiotic reason, I don't know why, but he did it. He reverted to a 4-4-2. A 4-4-2 meant now we weren't in control in the midfield, and the Dutch were able to get more into the game, and England looked damn sight worse in the second half than they did in the first. But that's because, again, Bellingham was shoved over to the left, Foden kept in the middle, and Saka on right. And it just shut things down. Where we were winning the midfield, suddenly we weren't. And he's going to not do that this time, because there was no need. Bringing Shaw on didn't mean you had to revert to a 4-4-2. Because there's no reason why Shaw can't play as a left-sided wing-back. and do a better job than Trippier, as he's naturally left-footed. Right? So therefore he should have stuck with that. But he didn't. He reverted to a 4-4-2. And again, to me, that's fear. And it really does depend, doesn't it, upon what it is he wants to do. What does he want to do in the setup, the formation, and how quickly is he going to throw the dice? Take that risk. Is he going to be willing to do that quickly enough or not? If he's willing to do it quickly enough, then England stand a very good chance of winning this. Because I've not been impressed with Spain. Everyone has said that Spain have been the team of the tournament, right? But that's only because they hit the tournament running, whereas no other team did that. France didn't do that, England didn't do that, Holland didn't do that. So all the other big teams didn't hit the ground running. But Spain did. But Spain, as a team, I don't think they're as good as England. I really don't. I don't think they have that level of player. Well, put it this way. The best player in the Premiership was voted as Foden. The best player in the Spanish division was voted as Bellingham. And one of the best goal scorers in the world is still Kane. So therefore, when you have an attack where you have the best, you're better than Spain. And they are. They just haven't played like they're better than Spain. As of yet. But that is completely and utterly down to the manager. And in the comments today, a lot of the sports things on the internet were talking about the FA want to keep Southgate in, whether he wins or loses. Well, the only reason the FA want to do that is because it's easier to keep a man in than it is to find a replacement. Because if you find a replacement, you've got to do a lot of homework to try and bring in the right person. And you've got to look at what didn't work in this one that needs to work in the future, and which manager has those skills is going to do things the way you want. The problem is that all takes time and effort, and it's hard work to do that. Same as Man United. Man United were in a position where they were looking at other managers. And again, trying to really, really, really thin it down and get the right people, very difficult to do. Very difficult to do. It's not easy. There is so much work involved in doing that. It is not an easy thing to do at all. It's a very, very difficult thing to do. But that car is at the graveyard now for cars. Well, I think it's been taken to pieces and used to make another car better. So that's cool. It did its job for me. It did indeed. Well, to think I had that car longer than I had those dogs. Well, there you go. Anyway, there you go. You take care. I'll speak to you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.